Stockpile Hobbies.
Welcome back to Stockpile Hobbies, everyone. As you saw in the last video, if you watched, my controller fell and hit the floor. It's no longer working. This is the old lifelike controller, nothing special. These are meant to be discarded when broken, but I'm going to crack it open anyways and see if I can attempt to repair it. If not, we'll just be replacing it, splicing in a new one, but I figured, what the heck, it's already broken, so maybe it's worth cracking it open and seeing if we can give it a repair. So, to get these open, you can use a screwdriver or a piece of plastic, whatever you can get into the side here. Normally they're glued together. It might break when you open it. You know, you can if you do get it repaired and you're putting it back together, clamshell it together, tape it. You can re-glue it. We'll cover that when I get back to it if I'm able to fix it. But to get this open now, I'm going to get a flathead screwdriver and start prying it open some more. We see right here it is a little bit split already, so we'll see what's going on inside when we get this open. So I have two actually. The black one broke last week at the other end of the track, and this one broke yesterday at this end of the track. So we're going to stick with the red one first because it's already wired in still. So my power is off to the track, and I am now going to attempt to crack this thing open, and we'll see how this goes. So it's already split here. I'm going to put the screwdriver in. I'm just going to twist it just like that. You can see it's coming right apart. This one's getting really lucky. It's not glued, it doesn't appear. I know the Tyco ones are glued. I've never had an AFX one, but they might be the same. So far so good. And now it's just popping open. Well, the bottom appears to be glued. It's a little more difficult getting it split at the bottom. But I'm just going to try and pry it. Hopefully not break. Oh yeah, there's one post in there that looks like it's being stubborn. There we go. And it actually broke there. I can re-glue that if I want. We'll tape it. So, let's take a look. First thing I want to do is look at the wire here where it comes through and see if there's any splittage or anything, or if it's stripped or frayed. And it looks okay. And now, this was probably like that around there. So, this is so that if the controller's tugged, it's just going to put the pressure here on it. It's not going to pull the connections apart up here. So, now looking at this, oh yeah, look at that. That might have been what broke when it fell, is this post here on it. So, that's definitely a problem there. Yeah, that's too bad. That would explain why, if that was broke when I pulled the trigger, then maybe the bar wouldn't make contact with the slider here. So let's open the black one, and maybe I can Frankenstein one good one together over here. So let's see what happened with this one here. Now this one's totally sealed. I don't know if it's going to split apart as nice. There we go. All right. So it looks like the wire just came unsoldered. It broke off from the soldering point on right here. So that's how that one broke. The wire, the little black wire, comes through the hole here, and then it's just soldered onto the bar. And that's all it needs. I'm just looking at these to see how they are different a little bit. All right, I think I got a game plan. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this wiring onto this controller, see if it works. So what we want to do first is disassemble this guy here. So we got a screw here, and then I think this just pulls off. Yep, this post will pull off, and I'll be able to pull all this off. There is a piece of plastic or a piece of paper here. I don't quite know what it is yet, but it goes between the slider and the bar here. I don't know what any of these parts are called. but that gives you the disconnect there. So when the controller is in this position, this separator here keep the circuit open so no electricity is going to go through it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unscrew it here, and this is going to be fun. We're going to unscrew it here. I'm going to pull the pin and disassemble this one, and then we're going to transfer the wiring over to there, and I'll resolder the one wire to here and connect the other one where it needs to go. Let's see if we can get this. There we go, got it. I just had to get a bigger screwdriver. And like I said, there it goes. Be careful when you unscrew that. Alright, so there's my spring. It's still connected to the top hole, and that will screw back in right there. This can probably come off now, but I'll pull this pin first to get the bar out of the way. There we go, that's right there. There's another one in the front. Got lucky on that. Alright, so now I just pull this over, and we're going to remove the trigger. Oh, and my separator fell off as well. Alright, so I'm just going to remove all the components here. And we're just going to set this aside. Now, I don't know what was wrong with this black controller. It just stopped working. Again, it fell a couple times as well. So what I want to do is now just transfer these guts over to here. They're totally two different designs though. I don't know if that's going to be totally possible. It looks like it's the same mold though. I think everything will just transfer over. No, they did remold it. It is different. Look at that. The wire is literally just wrapped around the metal plate. It's not even soldered. How chintzy is that? Alright. So maybe what we'll do instead now, based on that, is to try and fix... what we're going to do is we're going to run this wiring to the other components. So we're just going to pull that off. And now back to the black one again. This wire here needs to go onto this guy right here. So I'm going to make my own joint here. I'm going to... How is that on there? Is that just soldered to it? Oh yeah, it's just soldered right here. So I'm going to solder this wire onto the post here on the side. Alright, so I have the vise holding the wire. So as I heat up the solder, I'm going to try and pull on this to desolder it. Just like that. Now we already have our stripped wire here. This is a little too long. I'm going to snip this down. I'm going to tin it, and then I'm going to solder it back to where I just pulled the other wire off. I have some flux here. Flux helps the solder stick to the wire, so to say. So I'll just throw some on like that. And now we load a little solder onto our iron, like so, and then just dab it on. And you see, just by touching it, it covers the whole wire, and that's what the flux does. We can now press it onto the bar here where it was soldered before. And there we go. It is soldered on. Looking at the trigger from the black controller, it looks like it came desoldered. I think that's why that controller was no longer working anymore. We're just going to cut it off. We're going to use the same trigger on the same controller. Now for the other wire, we are going to strip it. There we go. And once again, we are going to tin it. There we go. And we take our trigger, we run it through the hole, and we're going to solder it to the copper plate there, and I'm going to tin that copper plate too. This is an old trick I used working on cars. If you run a magnet over a screwdriver, the same direction, all the way around it, you will magnetize it. And that will help screws stick to your screwdriver like that. So now, with our magnetized screw and screwdriver, we are going to run the spring over to the side and screw it back in. Alright, so we have everything mostly in place, and now we can get that in there. There we go. Spring is on. I'm going to put this back behind the bar now. Touching the stopper, put it back onto the post. There it is. Put that back in. Oh, that's beautiful. Put our lasso back around the post at the bottom. Probably should have ran that wire under the spring. I think I am. Just going to do that really quick. That looks better, so now the wire won't bind on the spring at all. Down below, do the lasso, run it through the hole, and now clamshell it back closed. There we go. Oh, I think we're in business. Let's test it out. Now with our working car. Oh, look at that. Stage and go. That's what I call success. Don't fall. So yeah, that's the other thing. I gotta figure out what to do up here, because we always rest these up here and that's how they break. They fall and slam down. I almost need a lip here. Maybe some Velcro. Maybe a Velcro here and some Velcro here, and we just stick it on the Velcro and we can walk down. That might be something I'm going to look into. Maybe we'll do that next. But awesome. Happy with that. That's a result. 1.050, that's pretty good. 1 second. And our reaction, 0.120 seconds. That was a good reaction. I just say that controller is working pretty good. Awesome. Oh, does the return track work? Yeah! So what do I recommend? I recommend buying a real nice controller for yourself, not trying to monkey rig one like I did, but you know, I need content for the channel. This is gonna sit up on YouTube forever. I took a look, I didn't see anyone doing this, so this might be the only one on there where someone actually fixes one, and man, we're good to go. So, I hope you liked this video. It almost fell again. I hope you liked the video. Please give us a thumbs up if you did. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't so far. Please share it with others, and keep having fun, everyone.